Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest weekly report for the 24th of March 2015. As today's content does involve finance, must inform you that all advice is of a general nature only and must not be misconstrued as personal advice, and past performance is just that, no reflection or reliable indicator of future result. Okay, let's switch over to the charts now, and let's have a look at the index first up, just to have a broader perspective of how the market has fared over last week. And as you can see quite clearly there, we saw quite a strong up day last Thursday, which pushed us back up towards record levels, almost testing it last week. The high of early March was 59.96, and yesterday we reached 59.95, so yeah, kind of a double top there we could be seeing. Let's bring up some momentum indicators to see if that can give us any further insight. And yes, there we go. We can see that the momentum behind the latest move is a lot weaker compared to the highs of before, so a little bit of a negative divergence there. In fact, momentum has been peeling off away a bit since the highs reached in early February. So it isn't a definitive signal that the market's going to drop, but it does add more weight to it. News last night, US markets did close lower. We've got the SPY down 2 points this morning. We had a weaker greenback, stronger oil price. The Dow Jones finished lower by 12 points. Also, the Euro Stoxx burst eased from multi-year highs, down 27 points as the Euro lifted against the greenback. However, the Aussie is actually a little bit strong against the Euro this morning, which is nice and handy. Okay, we've got three covered calls to start things off for this report update. Now, first up is Santos. Almost was stopped out last week, but since has been pushing higher. She got up to $7.45. We do have the $8 calls expiring this Thursday, so ultimately we'd like to see it move a bit close to it. At this stage, it doesn't look like it will be exercised, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because we can look at reselling calls again for April, gathering a bit more income and potentially improving our overall maximum profit. Second of the trades is Qantas, and we finally got out of the last ones of these. I think it might have even been on Friday, but yeah, it did take from the day that the first person was triggered at our profit target to the end. It took about 4 days, so we finally got there in the end, and that trade performing nicely, returning, what have I got here? I've got 5.69%, and that's after we entered on, I think, one of these 2 days here. And just the latest trade that we entered late last week is Flight Centre. We entered, I think it was on this this candlestick here, and at the moment we can see just holding sideways for Flight Centre at the moment. Scrolling back, you can see it has broken that downtrend, pushing upwards. So finding some support around here, ideally at around the $41 mark, and we have the 42.01 sold for March, and also there's a dividend in place. So very early days for that position, but so far so good. Now let's move over to the spreads, and we have 5 in play at the moment. First one is Woolworths. With Woolworths we have, okay, looking now at Woolworths. So we saw Woolworths after reporting nosedive some 15 or so percent. Has found a bottom and seems to be forming a base, but we do need to see that somewhere near 30 to at least get some value back from the 30.01 strike call for March. So that one, a bit of an outsider at this stage, but knowing how volatile Woolworths is, and you can see just how large it can swing in a particular day, there's still a chance there. Santos is looking better. We're about mid-range of our strikes between $7 and $8, so our $7 are well in the money. We do want $8 for full profit. I think our break even is around $7.60 or thereabouts, so just a few cents off that. So we will have to wait and see what we do with this one come Thursday. If it does rally up nicely, then we can indeed take profit, otherwise we may look at rolling it, so look out in that space. The Telstra diagonal spread, looks like we'll have the $6.51s, which are at this strike here, expire worthless at this stage, which is nice. It was looking quite threatening 2 days ago, but 2 days in this market, anything can happen. Now, if we do see those 6.51s expire, then we'll be looking at selling a similar lot for April expiry and picking up as much credit as we can. Rio, along with the other majors, iron ore majors, we've seen iron ore price come off early this month. It has recovered since. We've seen BHP pushing up nicely as well, but you can see Rio sort of mid-range of that border channel. We've got support around that 52, 54 mark, and we've now got this new level of resistance around that $65 mark. So a bit off that, but once we see that iron ore price recover back to where it was last month, I'm sure we'll see similar prices reflected in the share price. Qantas, we've got that position in full profit for the diagonal, 290s that we have sold for March. So we will want to be reviewing this on Thursday, assessing how much profit we have. Last time I checked, it was about the 35% profit mark, so there might be more relevance in rolling that forward. We'll let you know. And lastly, we've got Crown. The Crown bull call spread. We've got the 35.01s to the 13.51s and the 14.01s. I was looking at the wrong position just then. So 13.51s, slightly out of the money, up to the 14.01s. So not too much to ask for. Pretty much just where it was about a week ago. A week and a half ago, we'll see us at full profits there above 14.01, and by keeping that cost down at 17 cents, I think the small dividend also helped keep that cost lower. Then a nice move up there with plenty of time in store for us will yield a solid profit. Right, ladies and gents, I'll wrap it up there. That's the update. If there are any questions that you have about any of the content that I've covered this morning, then feel free to give us a call at the desk. More than happy to help you. Have a great week, and we'll talk again this time next week. Thank you for your time.